DMC to KING. I'ma say this once, I ain't gonna say it again. DMC in the place to be, and the place for you to be is right here with Fred White. Tales from the pen. Yeah, that's it.
Salute people, we back. Fred White, Tales from the Pen. If you're new to the channel, go down and hit the subscribe button. Click the bell notification, and then click the word all. And make sure the bell notification is shaded in. This way, anytime I post a video, you will know about it. For those who just happen to stumble upon my channel for the first time, my name is Fred, and I talk about the negative life choices that I made and the consequences I suffered because of these negative choices. And I tell these stories not in a glorification kind of way, people, you already know. I do it to let these kids know what the real issue is and what's really going on in the penitentiary. That's what I do, in hopes that they understand, and in hopes that they look at my life and some of my stories and say, you know what, I do not want to go through that. That's the only reason I do these videos. That's it, simple. YouTube don't pay enough. I do this just to keep people out of trouble, man. That's why I started this, and that's why I'm going to continue to do this. So I left the last story. I was in C-95. I had just got jumped in one house, and I went to another. One of the kids I got jumped by, his name was Light. There was a couple of them. It was two Lights, but this one kid, Light. I'm in this house in C-95 now. I've been there a while, maybe a month and a half, 2 months, something like that. Who comes in? Light. Yeah, one of the dudes who had jumped me. So I saw him before he saw me. So it was like option time. They call option like every hour. And they let people come out the day room and go to your cell maybe for 5 minutes. Maybe get something that you forgot. Maybe get some cookies. Maybe get your Walkman. Maybe get a book. Get a deck of cards. So every hour they let you go to your cell for a few minutes, then you got to come out, or you can stay in and they close the cells. So if you want to go in, take a nap, whatever, you could do that too. So it was option time when he came. I seen him. So when he was walking down, there was a lot of people in the hall. He was, going to his cell. So, my boys Ito and Tilo was in there. And I was like, yo, that's one of the dudes that had jumped me or whatever. He still ain't seen me. He went to his cell, went in his cell. They're like, what? Oh. So I went to my cell. His cell was further down. I was up more in the front. So I went to my cell, and I bust open my bar soap. Because in the penitentiary, yes, in commissary, yes, food is money too. But soaps back then on the island, you had a lot of cosmetics. That's what it was. I had like 60 bars of soap. You know what I mean? Mostly 3 kinds. It was Irish Spring, Blue Coast, and Dove. I used to have those. I used to have like 60 bars. And what we used to do is, we used to take our razors and put them inside the middle of the soaps. I'm not snitching. I'm not telling that they don't know. They've caught it 1,000,000 times. They know this trick. It's not, I'm not like, oh my God, Fred, what did you do? Now they don't. They notice. So we used to take it, put it in the middle of the soap, brand new soap, and then take a little water, smooth it out. Those who know and understand what I'm saying. Put it right in the middle, smooth it out, so that it looks like a fresh, brand new bar. Put it in, close the pack up. We used to get, whatever glue or whatever. We used to toothpaste, a little toothpaste. Close it together so that all the bars of soap, they all look closed and new. Meanwhile, you knew which 1 or 2 you had your razors or whatever in those soaps. So I went, I bust open my Irish Spring, got my razor out. Now the reality is, when they jumped me in the last house, again, if you don't know the story, go back and watch the last video. When they jumped me, They could have did me dirty. I could have been stabbed. I could have been cut. I could have had boiling, because they had a thing there with 190. You press it and just all hot water comes out. It's nothing but, we called it 190 water. You make your tea, your soup, whatever. Take your cheese, put it in there, it melts. 190, boiling water, right in the face. They could have did me dirty, but they didn't. They just jumped me. But it disturbed me because I thought I was good in that house. And the betrayal was crazy. And that's the thing about the penitentiary kids. You can't trust anybody. I thought I was good in this house. In fact, this kid Light, you know, before they jumped me, before all this, when I was good in the house, this other big dude came in. We'll call him D. Big dreads, big like 6'4", 260 motherfucker. Came in and he was beefing about the phones. And I seen it, Choice. This kid Choice, he was an up north prisoner. He came down. He had the brolic shit. So it was Choice, it was Light, a couple other dudes, and I seen them surround the kid. Now I'm in with these dudes. I thought we was good. So I got the mop ringer there. I would act like I was mopping. I took the mop ringer while dude was beefing with Choice. Whack, caught him, boom, right in the shoulder. And we all jumped the kid. Am I proud? No, it's what it was. It's what life was. I thought these guys were my boys. So when they jumped me, it was like, wow, that's crazy. Again, if you don't know the story, you got to go back and watch the last video, people. I'm sorry. So anyway, so I was like, damn, this, you know, it was really hurtful to me because, you know, I already knew this is jail. I just came from adolescence, which is worse. But that's how it is in there. You can't trust anybody sometimes, man. So anyway, Light come, boom, he didn't see me. Boom. I go bust down the Irish Spring, so I get the razor out. And I waited by myself. So when the police was like, you know, option over, whatever, son, he had just put it back. He had came out, he had started walking down the gallery. So, you know, I went on the side. So as soon as he walked past, I jumped out on him. What? Surprise. That's what I said. I jumped out. He looked. I said, surprise, motherfucker. Boom. Now, what happened was, like, he blocked it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I caught him on his hand and his arm. And we went at it a little bit. I caught him on the top of his head. I couldn't get his face. But he fought back. And then my man T-Lo came and hit him with the scrub brush. Boom! Right in the head. T-Lo. Shout out to T-Lo. I don't even know whatever happened to him. Never seen him again after that. Hit son in the head with the broom scrub brush. We packed him out. The only good thing, he went to the bubble. He ain't tell. Police know who it was and stuff like that. That's how it is. That's what it is. But he didn't tell. It is what it is. You know, they did that to me. I did that to them. That's how it was. Am I glorifying it? No. Am I happy about it? No. But it was a life I had to live. It was a life I had to live. It's just the way it was. That was just the lifestyle. You had to, you know, by any means necessary, you got to survive. Sometimes you have to become something maybe you're really not. Because everybody else is that, and if you're not, you're going to get eaten. That's just how it was. You had to stand on your own 2 feet. You had to. Again, I was no gangster. You know, the ones they considered gangsters was the ones like running around robbing, I told you, cutting, stealing, taking people's clothes, watches. I mean, that was gangster. I wasn't no gangster. But I always did what I had to do to survive. I always did what I had to do because I seen there was different caliber of inmates. There's the type of inmates that when you walk into a bullpen, and they're laying on the floor. Now, understand, some of these bullpens, the bathroom is just there, a toilet in the corner. It has like a little divider piece, just like maybe a 2-3 foot piece right there. No door, no none of that. Different type of inmates are the ones that's laying on the floor, sleeping by the toilet because it's crowded, sleeping on the floor. I wasn't that type of inmate. I'm not sleeping on the floor, no bullpens. When I know what takes place in these bullpens. You see what I'm saying? I'ma stand up. I'ma stand in the corner. I'ma go play the wall. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of different types of inmates. There's some who I seen, taking people's buckets and washing their clothes, washing their socks, washing their underwears, washing the next inmate's underwears. Either because they were scared or because they was doing it for 2 cigarettes. Different type of inmates. You see what I'm saying? There's different levels to this shit. So, was I a gangster? No, never. But I've always been solid, man. My personality's always got me through, and I've always done what I've had to do. In the face of adversity. In that same house right there, this was my last adventure in that house. They got tired of me. They kicked me the fuck out. Me, Tilo, and Ito. Kicked us all out. Tilo left first something. I don't remember what happened. Tilo left. Then it was just like me and Ito for a while. With some other dudes, though. But I had known them for a couple years already, so it was, you know what I mean? It was love. But my last incident there was a bunch of these up north inmates came down. It was like 4 or 5 of them that came to the house. They wear different clothes and everything, and they're upstate prisoners. Now, when you've never been upstate and upstate prisoners come down, I'm not gonna say there's an all, but it's like, oh shit. Maybe you want to question them, you want to know what's going on up north, you want to, you're curious. Because these dudes already been there, and they're coming back now for like new cases or something like that. When you get your new case or have other charges, they'll bring you back down to Rikers Island as a New York State inmate. So it was like 4 or 5 of them that came together. So for the first day or two, you just see them hanging out together, whatever. Using the phone here and there, whatever. It wasn't that like too crazy. Everybody got on the phone. Like in this house, it was like more, like less dictatorship, man. A lot of people, if you needed to get on, people was letting you do it. That's how it was. Because because the phones were a big thing. You see, there's different types of, like I said, different types of inmates. There's different types of inmates in that perspective as well. That will try to take the phone or rob, dead the phone and be in control of the phone. That was a big thing on Rikers Island. Who was controlling the phone? That's always the biggest thing in any house. Who's running the phone? It's like a status symbol. Who's running the phone? So you have inmates that will do shit like game. For example, just say they see somebody at 7 o'clock who has 7 to 7:30, and they're like, this dude is a bitch. So what they'll do is they'll go to the dude at 6:30, who has 6:30 to 7. So the guy who has a 6:30 to 7, when he gets off, he passes it off to the next guy who has it at 7 o'clock to 7:30, and so on and so on. So just say the guy wants the 7 o'clock slot. He may slide up to the dude at 6:30 and say, hey man, can I get the last 5 minutes? It's really important. I just gotta make a call. Dude at 6:30 might be like, sure, no problem. He may have nothing to do with it. Or he may be down with it. So at like 6:55, he hangs up with his people. He passes the phone to the kid for the last 5 minutes before the dude at 7 o'clock comes. But now he'll get on the phone and start macking or whatever. Now, the kid could tap him, 7 o'clock or whatever. Or he may do the game. Like he may get on the phone and not even call anybody, but be beefing on the phone. What? Who did that? What? And be all mad, turning his back. What? So that when the dude come at 7 o'clock, he might not want to ask him, yo, bro, this is my time, it's my time. 7 o'clock, that's me. And he turn around, what? You don't see me, blah, blah, blah. Now everyone's looking. Everyone's like, oh shit, is this dude gonna let this dude even get 1 minute? You can't let, if you have 7 o'clock, you can't even let nobody, unless they ask, be on that phone at 7:01 or 7:02 still. Nah, that's a violation. You get hit in your head for that. You see? So then he may take it like that. And then just dead the dude, yo, you dead on your phone. Boom. He may do that. Or he may just take it, unplug it, put it in his pocket and say what you want to do for it. Different types of inmates do different types of things. Some people will finesse you out your shit. So these upstate prisoners came. There was a few of them they plotted a couple days. Then everybody locked in, whatever. And one dude got on the game, was like, yo, whoever has phone time, unless you're willing to bleed for it, don't come out your cell. So I have phone time. I know my man had phone time. I know a bunch of other dudes have phone time. What? Again, what options am I left with? Do you hear this, kids? What options am I left with? Is this the world you want to fucking surround yourself in? Jesus. So, I'd seen it in books and stuff. I put magazines and I had a bunch of ace bandages. So I was always messing my ankle up or something. And every time I go to sleep, they give me a new ace bandage. I had mad ace bandages. I wrapped myself up, put the magazines. You know what I'm saying? When they locked out, I came out. A couple of these dudes that had time, they ain't come out. Pussy. There was like 3 or 4 of us that came out. Everybody else, a bunch of other people came out too, but they didn't have phone time. They were like just derelicts. They were just there. They were just going to the day room and, we smoked a cigarette. You know what I'm saying? They weren't relevant to the situation. And everybody just started. It was like a melee. It was like a brawl in the hall. Dudes trying to stab each other, beating each other. It was crazy. The squad, the turtles came, and when the turtles come through, you better get on the fucking floor. The turtles come through, they don't play that shit. Even if you're on the floor, and you were one of the instigators, you was one of the participants, they gonna stomp you the fuck out. The turtles come through, those are the biggest dudes in the jail, the biggest officers they have. And they put the shoulder pads on them, they put the helmets on them, they put the strap, you've seen them. We call them the turtles. Turtles came through and just started fucking everybody up, everybody on the floor. I'm like, man, I ain't got nothing to do with this shit. I don't even know what the fuck's going on here. Fuck y'all throwing me on the fucking. They're like, you ain't got nothing to do with it? Nah. No. So why you got all these magazines taped to your chest? Stupid. Slap me upside the head. Kids, is this how you want to live your life? Serious? Shit doesn't make sense. They got tired of me there. They kicked me out. They kicked me down. Went to the Queen's house, which was right down the block from my house. I was starting trial soon. Wow. Cool. Little did I know that one of my worst assaults ever, actually it was the worst assault I've ever committed on somebody, happened in Queen's house. You want that story? 21 stab wounds? Do you want that story? You want it in its entirety? Yeah, you already know. You guys are eating these videos up. I need 2,500 on this. If I don't get 2,500, it don't mean I'm not gonna drop another video. I'm not gonna talk about that. If you guys want to know what I did, and some of you know because I spoke about it before, but maybe I'll add some more details about a serial rapist. This guy raped somebody I knew personally, and he was on my tier, people. Again, because I know all my old subscribers, they know. But my new ones, 2,500 views gets that story. Stop playing. You guys know the motto. Experience is the greatest teacher. But somebody else's experience can be just as valuable if you pay attention and listen. And on that note, people, Fred White, signing off.